If you're getting no views on your content and you're just tired of it, I'm gonna show you the secrets to start getting thousands of views on your videos, just like I've been doing right here. It's actually pretty simple, but really effective. And there's multiple ways to do it, but I'm gonna save my absolute favorite method for the end of the video. Sound good? The main secret to getting thousands of views on your videos, whether that be long form or short form, is average viewer duration and watch time. Now you might be thinking to yourself, what the heck does that actually even mean? And if that's the case, I'm about to show you a whole new world, because these are the secret metrics that actually make the algorithm push your content. So let's jump over to YouTube and see what's up. We're over on my YouTube studio page. We're just gonna pick any random short. Let's just pick this one. We're gonna go to the analytics tab of it, and then we can just scroll down and you're gonna see key moments for audience retention, average viewer duration, average percentage viewed, and that's typically going to be our watch time. So ideally, what we wanna pay attention to here is how long we can get our viewer to stay watching our content. Now this is going to work for both short form and long form. So if we go to a long form video, like my most recent upload right here, we can see the average viewer duration is 4 minutes and 15 seconds, and the average percentage viewed is 38.8%. And 38.8% is not necessarily the greatest. The higher you can get this number, the better, but these are the two metrics that we really want to pay attention to. And we can also see these on TikTok as well. We'll just click on a random one. I'll click on this one, and then we're going to click on View Analytics, and then you'll be able to see this little box that says retention rate. It's the same thing pretty much. You'll be able to see how many people are watching your content and then when they start to drop off in the actual video itself. So you can see at the very end, only about 8% made it all the way to the end, which is not the greatest, but essentially the higher that we can get these numbers and these graphs to go, the more the algorithm is going to push our content out to get more views. Because it's actually quite simple when you think about it. There's a bunch of people that mysticize the algorithm on like, oh, why is it not pushing my content? Because it doesn't like me, because I'm wearing a green hoodie or a black V-neck? No, the algorithm does not care about any of that stuff. Literally, the most important thing it cares about is how long you can get the viewers to stay on their platform. Because if you think about it, how do social media platforms make their money? Majority of it is through ads. And in order to serve ads to people, they need to have people on their platform watching content. So the longer that you can keep a viewer on their platform watching content, the more valuable that your content is going to be to them. And so they're going to push it out to more people so that they can serve more ads to these people so that they can actually make money. So now that we've demysticized what the algorithm is actually looking for, we need to now focus on how we can maximize our viewers' attention staying on our content in order to get them to watch longer. And there's 4 different things that we can focus on here. Starting with number 1 is having good content to actually start off with. A good example of this is when I'm going through my Twitch clips after my stream or my clips that I've collected using the replay buffer in OBS or Streamlabs. And after just watching a lot of the clips, you'll kind of know which ones are the best just by watching them because they either made you laugh the hardest or they were just simply more interesting than others. And that's truly what I mean by good content. You really want to stick with the best ones that you have, because eventually if you take, let's say 10 clips from your stream, chances are 9 of them are probably not going to be amazing, but you might just have one banger and you really just want to focus on that one, because every clip that you take is not going to be amazing, and trying to polish a turd into a diamond doesn't actually work. So you want to start with the best content that you have instead of trying to take a not so funny clip and try and make it into a funny clip, because that's really difficult. But if you already have a good clip that's either entertaining or funny or crazy, like a trick shot that was insane, then it's a lot easier to work with that over something that's like not even workable. So once you found a good piece of content or a good clip or a good stream, whatever you're trying to work with, whether it be long form or short form, the second thing that's really important is establishing a hook. The hook is essentially the first 3 seconds in the marketing involved into your content, so that way you can hook in your viewer to make them want to watch through the rest of your piece of content. Now that consists of both the marketing, so the title and the thumbnail, as well as the hook, which is just the first 3 seconds of the video. We'll go to my YouTube gaming channel just to give you guys a couple of different examples. For example, this one, I titled it, "This Game is Literally Impossible." And so if we actually give it a little watch,
all right, chat, I think I finally figured out this.
we have our hook, "This game is literally impossible." That's the first thing our viewer sees. We got a good piece of content because we're cutting right into the action. So that is literally the hook. It's the first 3 seconds. This game is literally impossible. We got right into the action, so people know what to expect when they jump right into your clip. Now, to be honest, this hook is not the greatest, but it did work enough to get 11,000 views. So let's go take a look at some other ones. Now, if we go over to my TikTok page for my streaming tutorials, you can tell it's a lot more obvious what the hooks are. So for example, if I just click on this one, How to get more chatters in your stream, part 5. How to get more chatters in your stream, part 5. So that tells us 2 things. 1, this is a tutorial on how to get more chatters in your stream. And 2, it's a part of a series, which makes it so if you like this one, you know that there's more out there that you can binge from my channel. Which arguably is cool because it's going to make them want to watch more content from your channel specifically because it's a part of a series. Another little pro tip. So now that we know we have to have good content and a proper hook, the third element that you need to be aware of is proper editing and removing dead air to keep the pacing on par. That means you're just removing awkward pauses or things that don't necessarily enhance the clip. It just kind of drags it out. So let's go look at some examples. So we're back on the gaming channel to get another example, and we'll just use this one. It's very minor, but you should be able to pick up on it. It's titled "This Game is Sus AF." And what's going to happen is after the first sentence it says, it's going to cut directly to when we start talking again, and you're not even really going to notice it. However, if I left it in with that dead air, it would just completely kill the momentum and pacing of the clip. So let's take a look. So right after I say, "Oh wait," there's pause, and so we actually cut that dead air out, and then it goes right into the next sentence to keep that pacing.
Oh wait, why is there 2?
Right there. So it cuts from "oh wait" and then goes right to where you're talking, which is usually beneficial. However, if you do it all the time, it kind of makes it a little jumpy. But basically, it's just kind of a skill you pick up over time to keep that like natural pacing and the actual action of the clip. Because what happens is people will take their clips over on Twitch or through the replay buffer or whatever, and so that'll have the clip. It'll be like a 60-second clip, and maybe it'll trim like the beginning and the end, but they'll leave so much awkward dead space in between that just is not necessary. And at the end of the day, we're fighting to keep our viewers' focus and attention. So literally, if it's just like 3 to 8 seconds of just dead air in between, that's going to drive off a lot of people, especially if they're doing short form content, because we all know we have the attention span of a goldfish when it comes to shorts. So literally that extra 3 seconds in your clip is going to deter a lot more people from watching all the way to the end, which in turn is not going to have the algorithm push our videos out to get more views. And real quick interruption, if this is all starting to overwhelm you and you want more help, then check out my free streamers masterclass linked in the description down below. But let's move on to number 4. And number 4, you might have noticed just by watching all these clips back to back, because there's one common denominator between all of them, and that's because they're using number 4, which is animated captions. Animated captions are such an easy way to keep your viewer in focus and their attention, because it just adds all of the extra stimulation when they're watching the video, which makes it a lot harder to them to lose their attention for your video. And I know captions can be scary for a lot of people because it sounds like a lot of work, which it is if you're doing it manually, because you really have 2 options here. The first option is that you can take all 4 of these elements, go into a video editing software like CapCut or DaVinci Resolve, and then do everything manually. However, it takes freaking forever, which I personally don't have the patience for after already streaming for several hours. That's why there's option number 2, and my personal favorite, and that's using a solution that was literally built for creators just like me and you to solve this exact problem, because it focuses on maximizing our time and efficiency without lowering the content quality at all. And that's where Nexus Clips comes into play. And luckily they sponsored today's video so I can show you guys how it works and how I personally use it to get hundreds of thousands of views on my content. First, you'll use the link in the description down below in order to get to Nexus Clips, and then you're going to sign in with Google. Then you can go through the beginning setup where it'll have you connect your Twitch or YouTube account in case you want it to automatically find clips from your streams. Then after you end your stream, it'll send you an email of your best moments that the AI could find, so the clips, so you can just click on create clips now. So you'll see that it has a bunch of different moments for you to pick between, so that way you can go and just see like which clips would be worthy of making content from. And this is totally fine. However, the way that I personally like to use Nexus is if we actually go back to the homepage, is I like using the replay buffer, which is a little feature inside Streamlabs or OBS Studio, which allows you to set a hotkey to automatically create a clip from the last 30 seconds, 60 seconds, whatever you want to set it to. So that way when I'm doing my stream and I know something funny happened or cool happened, then I can just press that hotkey and it'll give me that video file right off the rip. And if you need a tutorial on how to do that, I'll leave a video at the very end of this video that you can watch, so stick around. But I like to take that clip and go to import clip here, and we'll click that, and then we'll find the file and import it. Then once it's actually been imported, you can click on these little buttons on the side here. One is for subtitles, so we'll just change it to our language, which is English, hit generate subtitles, and it's automatically going to map every single word that I say in this clip. And it's also going to add these cool animations, which makes it really difficult to do in other video editing software. So like normally with like video editing softwares, especially like DaVinci, you'll have to go in and like manually keyframe in majority of these little animations, especially with like the colors and everything. So that's why I really like using Nexus Clips, because it automatically highlights the words that you're talking about. For instance, let's just say we want to use this highlight one. So we'll click on that. So if I go to the beginning of the clip here and then hit play.
Jump on it. No balls. You won't.
It
I think I can
highlights the
jump
word
over?
that I'm talking
no
about
balls.
as I'm speaking it, which is really cool. And I think it adds that extra layer of getting more focus and attention from your viewers than just standard subtitles do, kind of like that. And so you can go in and manually change these words if you need to. However, it usually does a really good job, so I rarely have to do that. And then you can also change the framing, so you can change like your gameplay here, or if you want to add like a face cam, you have a bunch of different options to do so. And then you'll see the little preview on the right. And you can also add a hook, which we mentioned earlier, and they have different styles. And that's just basically a little border headline thing here at the very beginning, usually put within like the first second or two, maybe 3 seconds. We can click there, add text, be like, I can't believe this happened. Super generic, and you guys can do better than me, but this will work for the purpose of this video. And change the style. Maybe we'll do, actually, no, I like that the best. So then we'll just drag it here, and then we're gonna hit play.
Jump on it. No balls.
Can't believe this
you
happened.
won't.
You can also move these around too if you want to move the captions and then the hook and everything. And then now we can go back here, hit
Jump
play.
on it. No balls. You won't.
Chat, you think I can jump over it?
Do it. No balls.
And there you go. It's pretty much all done, and we barely had to do anything. It took maybe a minute or two tops, just because we were slowing it down for the video. You can also go in and like cut these as well. So like if this was like too long, we can go in and cut there, highlight, and press delete key, and then we fixed it.
Oh!
And then it automatically cuts that out, just like element 3, which is removing dead air and proper pacing. So you can do all of that inside Nexus. It just saves so much more time because it literally was built for this problem of saving creators time and making clips into actual good content, which they can in turn get views, versus just like a generic video editing software, because that just is for everything, whereas this is hyper focused on creators like us for this exact problem, which is awesome. So then once you have your short ready to go, hit share in the top right. You can either hit the download button to automatically download it and then apply it to your TikTok, Instagram Reels, or whatever, or you can connect your TikTok or YouTube account directly, so that way you can just easily publish it to those platforms without needing the extra steps. It's entirely up to you. And doing this consistently is, one, going to make us better at editing and getting good at making good content, and two, getting our videos way more views because the algorithm likes more attention, which we're hyper focusing on. So if you want to start getting more views on your videos, I got that linked in the description down below, and I got a discount code for you guys as well, so make sure to use that as well. But if you want to take advantage of that replay buffer I was talking about, I got a tutorial for it right here, so give that a watch. My name's Cody, and I'll see you in the next one.